and welcome to Too Weird Didn't Watch, the show where we make fun of movies that we have not seen based on nothing but their weird and festive descriptions.
I'm Bradley.
I'm Albert, and ho ho ho, it's our Christmas episode. So, as you guys might know, there are movies,
Yes.
and there's Christmas,
Also, yes.
and there are Christmas movies. And so we're going to dig into some descriptions of Christmas movies, Brentley.
Indeed.
90% of these, at least, come from the Hallmark Channel.
I was going to ask.
So, here we go. Starting things off with A Very Merry Mix-Up.
Okay.
Alice Chapman, a sweet and artsy semi-ditz.
What does it mean?
She's like absent-minded?
That's what ditzy means, but how are you semi-ditzy? Just like occasionally...
She's got very specific stuff together.
She's like focused, but then every now and then she drifts off, which is, you know, pretty much everyone.
No.
feel.
She almost always drifts off. But her collection of hand-painted D&D figurines are pristinely organized. To a degree where it offsets the rest of her entire ditziness, where everybody who knows her says... No, you can't, like, just call her a ditz, because she does have that organization with the D&D figures that she hand-painted. So, just a semi-ditz.
And she's artsy, so you know that they're perfectly painted.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's how we know, that was the artsy outlet for her. That's the only way this reviewer knew that she was artsy, was that they had scenes of her lovingly painting the eyeballs on an orc with a human hair. She's happily running her family's antique store and is engaged to a polished, money-focused, big city real estate salesman. If you've never seen one of these movies before, you could just remove all of those adjectives and drop in evil, not worthy boyfriend.
Yeah.
Through a series of cute travel mishaps on her way to meet his family for the first time,
Home Alone, Lost in New York. Home Alone 2, sorry.
she's accidentally ended up at somebody else's house while trying to get to her fiancé's parents' house, I guess? I don't know if he's not with her. Like, probably he had some, money-focused big city real estate thing that he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, you go on and meet my parents. I will give you the instructions.
It's probably in a different town. So.
That might be. Anyway.
Because he's in the big city.
Yes, and he's polished.
Yeah.
That warm, happy family, by a credulity-stretching coincidence, welcomes and cherishes her in this extremely but tastefully decorated home.
So either they just really love Christmas, or they have a son who's a real estate broker, and his fiancée was coming.
Oh, you think that, like, she's ended
the wrong
up on the other people, and she's like, wow, I really appreciate people who are polished and money-focused and from the big city. Not like my folksy people who...
No, she's just, like, miserable the whole time, but then, like, our protagonist is like, wow, this is so much better.
I was enjoying the way they went out of their way to describe this home, where it's... It's so great, and yet, like, we're not talking about inflatable T-Rex shaking a present in his jaws on the front lawn. Like, no, they just look like the inside of a magazine. That's the level of decoration they've put in their house. Of course, they have a very nice son, who falls for her. He's from the last movie we did. He's only 13.
Is he still a zombie?
Yes, and shares interests and values that aren't on her fiancé's radar. Oh, he's into hand-painting D&D figures, too.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about this is the last line.
Mm-hmm.
It just says, complications, emotional struggles, and a happy resolution ensue.
Which is why Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
And this is just a description of basically every movie.
Yeah.
This is how stories happen. There are complications and emotional struggles, and then a happy resolution hopefully ensues.
Well, this is the middle part of a trilogy, in which case, downer ending.
Next up, we have One Starry Christmas.
So they're from Seattle. and they move to the country for Christmas. And they're like, holy crap, there's lights in the sky.
No, that's the next one.
Oh.
No, the next one, and I'm not joking, the next one does in fact involve a lot of geographic information, and some of it involves Seattle. We'll get there.
I'm a prophet.
Aspiring astronomy professor and Christmas enthusiast. I hope that she puts that on her resume.
I was gonna say, is that her job?
She's a professional astronomer.
And notice
she
the
has...
astronomy... Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, so let's...
I took that as two different people, honestly.
No, it's the same person.
I thought it was like an aspiring astronomy professor and a Christmas enthusiast.
By the way, listener at home, you'll never guess what her name is in this Christmas movie. It's Holly. I'm sure that they didn't call this Boughs of Holly because that was already taken by another Christmas movie with also...
There are two Jack Frost movies. You can do whatever
Holly,
you want.
And, like, she's a lumberjack or something, and a kind-hearted old man has to come and teach her the values of Christmas and not chopping down trees, and then... I'm just making this one up.
Well, you chop down a tree and put it in the house. That's
no, but like
parts of the holiday.
Evil chopping down trees, apparently. We can be mad at consumerism as long as we're not talking about not buying people presents. Then it's evil. Also, so I want to go back and unpack all of her titles. She's an aspiring astronomy professor.
She's either going to college or she's trying to apply for a position, yeah.
Okay, I don't know what level of aspiring she's at. Like,
one day. We're in high school. Calm down.
I like the idea that she has a goal, but just saying that she wants to do a thing is maybe not the best insight into who she is. There's also... And Christmas enthusiast. Is she an aspiring Christmas enthusiast? Or is that separate from
I would love to love Christmas.
But I plan one day to really go all out.
Curse my burning apathy towards Christmas.
Oh, that's such a great cut. Holly is crushed when her longtime boyfriend Adam schedules a Christmas trip and leaves her alone over the holidays. You're right. Not a Christmas trip. It's a Christmas. I mean, it's over the holidays. So it is a Christmas time trip.
It is, but that sounds like even worse if it's a Christmas trip. Like, he's going to celebrate Christmas. He's like, I don't want you along. You stay. One, he has work, and it's like, oh, that sucks. Like, that's not okay.
I'm going to go to North Pole, Alaska. You know, the actual real home of Santa Claus, where if people want to send Christmas letters to Santa, they send them to North Pole. They go all out for Christmas, and I'm going up there. And she's like, oh, I'm an aspiring Christmas enthusiast. You should take me.
Yeah, you're staying.
No, I'm sorry. It's only for real Christmas enthusiasts. Maybe one day when you have your professional Christmas enthusiast degree, you can come with me. When they give you
the business card, then you can go.
When she decides to surprise both Adam and her parents with the Christmas visit, however, fate, or perhaps the Christmas spirit...
Which one? There's three.
Future.
So the Grim Reaper.
Yes. Intervenes.
Just like throws.
Ebenezer Scrooge, look upon the man. Oh, he doesn't talk
he just points dramatically.
No, okay, yes, you're right. The problem is that my, like, quintessential personal version of A Christmas Carol is the radio drama, and they didn't have a great way to not have him talk, so they just have him talk.
He pointed at the grave, and it was super spooky.
Holly's bumpy holiday travel makes a turn onto the road to romance when she and her bus companion, Luke, forge an instant...
What?
I just can't imagine... You know what? Actually, I can't imagine, I guess, becoming friends with somebody on a bus. There's a part of me that just thinks,
especially if it's like a cross-country trip.
Yeah, you're going to be on there for several hours, like tens of hours at least. Holly's bumpy holiday travel makes a turn onto the road to romance when she and her bus companion, Luke, forge an instant connection over their love of constellations and Christmas.
To be fair, those are her two character traits.
Yes, if you got on a bus with somebody and you're like, the only things I like are beef jerky and Godzilla, and they're like, the only things I like are beef jerky and
I don't know anything
Godzilla.
about Luke. He could like all kinds of things, but he likes those two things, and that's all she has going for her, according to this description so far.
Fair enough.
She wants to love Christmas. That's one of her character traits.
In the spirit of the season, Holly invites Luke and his brother Bull to join her family and Adam for Christmas, which instantly creates competition between Luke and Adam for Holly's attention. Why? She's engaged to Adam, who isn't there because he's on a business trip? But then, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Did she just come to crash his business trip?
I think so.
Did she hear that he was going on a business trip and she's like, I'll come along? And he's like, aw, shucks, honey. There's no airfare for you. And she says, Greyhound is a thing. I will travel cross country on a Greyhound bus to be with you at Christmas. And he's like, stupid aspiring Christmas enthusiasts.
I also don't like that sentence where the road to romance thing.
Oh, right, because did you want to... Why not?
I just don't like the phrasing there for some reason. I just don't like it.
Okay. There was a part of me that was going to make a literal, like, is there a road named romance joke, but I didn't go there. So, as sparks fly like shooting stars.
I hate this movie.
Because they're astronomy enthusiasts, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Between Holly and
They
Luke.
bonded over constellations. Those don't have shooting stars. Sorry.
They moved on from constellations. There's only like 30 of them. There's infinite number of... well, not infinite, but uncountably large numbers of shooting stars.
No, there's not. They're meteors in the atmosphere. There's not a lot.
Right, but, like, nobody's counting all of them, so I think it's uncountable.
It's not what uncountable means.
Will Holly decide to play it safe and stay with Adam, or thank her lucky stars for the Christmas gift of romance with Luke?
I don't care. I don't like her. I don't like her story, and I don't like this punny thing.
But, no, you see, it's lucky stars.
Yes, I got it.
Because she's an astronomy enthusiast.
Yes.
Aspiring.
No, she is an
astronomy
enthusiast.
professor.
She just wants to be a professor.
Okay. She keeps going to the college. She's like, but I really like astronomy. And they're like, that doesn't get you a degree. Please leave, ma'am.
She doesn't even want the degree. She wants to teach about astronomy. You have no credentials. You just keep talking about how they're really, really great and pretty. This is your words.
Also, like, a quarter of your semester is spent talking about Christmas, which, while it is delightful, is not in fact relevant to the course material.
Trees, those don't count.
Finally, for this episode, we have The 9 Lives of Christmas.
This is about cats.
Or at least a
animated
cat.
movie about cats learning to love Christmas. One of them's a Grinch who likes to destroy the trees, and it was like, no, it's about the presents of family. And then at the end, they learn a lesson. And there's probably a song.
I think that's closer to the movie Santa Paws.
But with cats.
No, Santa Paws is with cats.
Oh, I thought that was with dog. No, that was a book.
Or no, okay, maybe you're right. So the Santa Claus with CLAWS is the one with cats. Santa Paws is the Air Buddies prequel, I want to say.
That's Air Bud.
No, there's Santa Buddies, but then like Santa Paws, I think.
Remember when that series was about a dog playing basketball? Remember that, guys?
He played other sports.
Yeah, because they decided to make sequels, and they're just like, it keeps saying no in the rule book. Doesn't say no, actually. It's not against the rules.
There's a great... So, I bring up Santa Claus with a W because I was just out in the yard doing yard work yesterday, and I come inside, and my family is watching Santa Claus, and it is, in fact, a Christmas movie from the asylum that I have never seen. And I did not recommend to them.
And they didn't invite you.
My kids sat down, looked at what was available on Netflix, and said, we want to watch The Asylum talk about Christmas. And I don't know whether to be proud or horrified.
2 things. 1, they came from you.
Fair enough.
2, they are how old?
4 and 6.
And they heard Santa, but with cats.
they also chose to watch the movie Food Fight on their own.
There were pretty colors, funny looking shapes, and they are again how old?
4 and 6. But that was immediately after I had done another podcast I have is the Bad Ideas podcast. Yes. We had just done an episode about the terrible, terrible movie Food Fight.
Did they listen to your / watch your podcast?
No. And we didn't have anything to do with the fact that Amazon apparently paid somebody money to have it on their streaming platform for Amazon Prime. So, it's just, yeah. We're going to talk about the 9 Lives of Christmas now.
All right.
I have to, so.
See a lot of bold.
A lot of times I pull these from reviews, and I usually don't leave the review part of it in, okay? But this one opens up with a paragraph of all caps from the reviewer, and I needed to share this with you guys for context. Caps. Beware of bogus reviewers and reviews. Some reviewers have only one review. When it's a positive review, that tells me they were involved with the production. Now I have reviewed over 400 Christmas movies. I have no agenda. I am fair.
Fair is spelled F-A-R-E, by the way, so I don't know if that's their name or...
Hi, Fair, I'm Dad. I just love the idea of this guy coming into this review and being like, there's a lot of fake reviews on the 9 Lives of Christmas. I better drop the bomb and let people know.
He's a movie review truther. A Christmas movie review truther.
He did, by the way, give it 8 out of 10. So he wasn't, mad that they were upvoting it. He was just saying, they don't have good reasons.
I mean, he has no agenda. He is fair.
Okay, so here's the actual description that comes from the beginning of his review. Zachary is a handsome bachelor who enjoys the liberties of being single. Like nobody nagging him to pick up his socks. When a stray cat adopts Zach as his owner, that's an accurate description.
That works, yeah. That's how we got our first cat.
Zach falls in love with the little guy, in spite of the fact that he wants to stay away from responsibility. But
he's a millennial, got it.
Well, also, it's a cat, Brantley. They
need to be fed and the litter box changed.
That's not responsibility.
Especially if it lives in an apartment building where it's not like the cat can just wander around and take care of itself.
Okay, my experience with cats is inside outside, by the way. Just let cats be inside outside cats. I'm sick of this, I adopted this cat and they made me sign a waiver that said it couldn't go outside. It can go outside. It can get hit by a car. It can be mangled by another cat, and that is how a cat should be able to be.
No.
Yes.
No.
That is my opinion.
No, you're wrong.
No, cats developed outside.
So did humans. Go live in the woods. Tell me how long you get it.
That's not the point. He can come inside. I'm not saying he has to be outside. I'm saying if he whines at the door and says, I want to go outside, I'm going to be like, yes, cat, you can go outside, because forcing somebody to stay inside of a house is not cool. That's my position on kids and cats. His new pet brings him into contact with Merrily White.
Merrily Christmas, everyone.
Also, she's dreaming of a white Christmas.
Indeed she is. I'm sure everyone in this movie is very white.
I imagine so. I did not find one of these with even black people on the cover.
Hallmark.
Definitely no interracial couples.
Hallmark.
Okay.
You maybe have the one black friend who's in a scene.
He's probably also gay, so they can hit all their bases with one actor.
Yeah, no, get him off the set. Get him out of here.
Okay. Brings him into contact with Merrily White, a beautiful woman who is Zach's opposite.
So she's in a relationship, a committed relationship that's going
She loves responsibility.
Yeah, she has a perfectly clean house.
13 kids. Yeah, and so she hates cats.
Homewrecker. Yeah, no, she's a dog person who is allergic to cats and therefore hates them.
Through his new pet, Zach begins to see that being accountability-free isn't as fulfilling as he thought, and that the wrong woman might just be the perfect match.
So Zach's a homewrecker.
Yeah, he's like, you're the right woman for me. She's like,
spurred on by this cat that...
My husband of 20 years is not cool with that.
But you complete me. Go away. I will call the police. I have a cat.
We were meant to be together. Yes, but I'm married. It's like a whole thing of like there's someone out there like for you, like you're fated to meet them, and then like people take that into the wait. So like, but what if we weren't born at the same time?
There is a the guy who does XKCD. He does
yes.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm referencing that, but you describe it better.
Yeah, it's somebody wrote in like, what if you have a soulmate? He goes, well, there's a very small chance you see them, but we also have to assume there's been a lot of people. So your soulmate could have been born at any time in human history. Also, they could be coming up at any point in the unforeseeable future forever.
The problem, I think people's fetishization of that is that they hate to believe that we've built up this ideal of sort of like love and commitment and everything, and that could probably work with like a lot of people. You know, like most people aren't, and I know this is against your personal theology, but like total garbage. And if you just, you know,
it's the holidays. I don't
them,
believe that right in a second.
Okay.
Come January, I'll go back to believing that everybody sucks and that we should all die. But right now, it's like, yeah, holidays. Everybody have a good time.
But yes, she's apparently meant to be with him, despite the fact that they're completely polar opposites.
Also, this is a Hallmark movie.
I do wonder. I like. Here's the thing. I do
there is
like
only
this,
true love and crappy boyfriends in Hallmark movies.
I do like the fact that this guy is coming to terms with the positive side of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't usually get these movies from the perspective of the dude.
That's true.
Like Christmas Prince, the actual Christmas Prince is barely in it. Especially for the second one. He's just forever being whisked away so they can have the drama of they're engaged, but he doesn't have time for her because he's a literal monarch of a company or a country.
Welcome to the board meeting. This is our king.
I mean, that's not so far off. There is like a whole subplot about like the money being misused in Christmas Prince 2. I have seen it, so we can't cover it. I've also seen the first one. They're both fine, by the way, in like a schmaltzy kind of Christmassy way.
Yeah.
Anyway, do I have anything else to say about Nine Lives of Christmas? I thought like I was making a point, but I forgot what it is earlier.
Cats are neat.
Yep.
Say that.
Well, that'll do it for this week of Two Weird Didn't Watch. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you like this, if you're feeling the Christmas cheer, tell a friend about it. Share it around with them. It is our gift to you. And if you're not a person who likes Christmas, and we're going to get into this in some future episodes as well, but you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
You go on with your dislike of Christmas. It'll be Halloween again eventually. There's going to be Valentine's Day if you're into that. 4th of July, we're going to shoot off some fireworks. We like
if you're
Christmas.
American. I mean, you can still do it. It's just we're going to actually do it on purpose.
That's
here.
Also true, yes. But, you know, like,
New
enjoy
Year's?
the holidays that you enjoy. Definitely New Year's. I'm sick of people crapping on New Year's. Like, hey, great, it's an artificial reason to get back your life on track. The fact that it's artificial doesn't mean that it's not good to get your life back on track. Shut your mouth. Hot takes. We're out.
Too weird. Out. Mic drop.
No, the mics are in stands. Apparently, we don't drop them.
I will drop these mics.